If money wasn't an option and you could visit any three places on the planet, where would you go? For me, I would go to the pyramids in Egypt, the Colosseum in Rome, and the Parthenon in Greece. No nature sites for me. History has always been my favorite subject, and even though history is not objective, it definitely is not as subjective, undefinable, and indescribable as the Grand Canyon or Niagara Falls. Even though Mount Fuji and the Grand Tetons might be nice to look at, you can't really say what exactly they are. At least you can't describe their beauty. I don't like nature sites the same reason I don't read fiction or watch movies. The main difference is the difference between people. I have seen the Grand Canyon and I was not impressed. I doubt I would have that same feeling of unsatisfaction standing in front of the Great Pyramid of Giza. Construction of the Parthenon first started almost 500 years before Christ, and it still stands proudly today. It's seen pagan, Christian, and Muslim rulers, but the columns have kept their stoic and strong appeal. The Colosseum in Rome, built a few hundred years after, is the largest amphitheater ever built by man. Some of its visitors had seen Jesus Christ with their own eyes. The average audience in Rome's heyday was 65,000. Good luck getting that many people go to a local basketball or football game today. Modern buildings are not made to stand for thousands of years. Most will crumble within 100. Humans act as if we will live forever, but the Great Pyramid will outlive all of us. I'm surprised the diabolical and greedy hearts of men haven't taken the pyramids of Giza down one by one, brick by brick, because it takes years to build up something and moments to destroy. And even with all of our nuclear power, the pyramids still stand. Thousands of years later, and even with advanced technology as today, the Great Pyramids cannot be replicated, and people still claim they were built by men of that time. Humans did not build the Great Pyramids. They are too unworldly. The Great Pyramid is aligned with the stars and corresponds with the Big Dipper, the Little Dipper, and Orion's Belt. This is how we're able to date the construction of this world's largest sundial. To think that there are many rooms and chambers yet to be explored is amazing. After thousands of years, they haven't seen the whole thing. The recently discovered tomb with hundreds of cat mummies and wooden cat statues is a good example. There is something unworldly about the ancient Egyptians that I can see in their iron tools, swords they used. Historians claim that this particular iron came from scattered meteorites throughout the desert, but the amount of iron that they would need and how rare meteorites are tell me otherwise. Not many men have ever been brave enough to venture too far inside the Great Pyramid. Napoleon Bonaparte once spent a night alone in the king's chamber with nothing but a candle. He emerged the next morning pale and shaken, refusing to talk about his ordeal until his deathbed, and even then he stopped for fear nobody would believe him. The Great Pyramid is the tallest, heaviest, and most precisely built structure on the planet and in the history of mankind. It aligns perfectly with the stars. The latitude of the Great Pyramid corresponds to a number sequence expressing the speed that light travels. This did not happen on accident. The same way every time I look at the stars, even when I was a young boy, I was always drawn to the particular stars on Orion's Belt. This would be the case before I ever knew about the constellation or the Great Pyramid. There are things in this world that we cannot explain. Just like the magnetism I have for the Great Pyramid and the Star of Orion. So, if I could go anywhere in the world, I would go to the Colosseum in Rome, the Parthenon in Greece, and the Great Pyramid in Giza. 2 of the 3 were built by man, and no one really knows who built the third one. But even if they wanted to, they couldn't rebuild it today. Even with Bezos and Elon Musk money, they couldn't do it. My name's Gregory Brandt. I'm a writer in Honolulu, Hawaii. Check out my first book, Gonzo Education, and have a great day.